the COP27 to be a COP of change. I'm looking forward to a COP27 where climate financing is really going to be real.
Tree planting has become a positive habit adopted by both the young and the old. We have seen government, private sectors, and various communities hold tree planting projects, which is a step towards the government's effort to achieve its targeted 10% forest cover. Residents in Elgeyo Marakwet County plant mango trees, an investment which supplements their income and at the same time conserve the environment. Sustainable agricultural practices like agroforestry is widely encouraged to meet the needs of existing and future generations.
Yemi dunia kotorchige ngalekab climate change issues. Iman ko kikowalak itondab emet ako ngot ko makiribgei kebe kotokol. Ako tes ne nenyolu keyai rani asikowek itondab emet kou ole kiu eng kenyisiek 50 chekimong.
Efforts by the government to encourage tree planting, especially at water catchment areas, has seen an improvement in water management, which has also contributed to increased food production through irrigation as opposed to solely relying on rain-fed agriculture. Scientists have always reminded us that trees are purifiers of the oxygen we inhale and also help mitigate against the emission of greenhouse gases, which is the major cause of global warming and drastic changes in weather patterns.
For the past 2 years or 3 years, we've had failed rainfall season. This year we'll have the 5th season that we do not have enough rainfall to grow food. In Lake Bogoria and in Lake Baringo the other day, we had the rising lakes where we have properties like schools, churches and houses being submerged. Kids are not going to schools. We have famine all over. We have diseases coming up. We have pests. For example, recently we had the desert locusts that have really caused menace in the region.
In West Pokot, for instance, residents are struggling with cases of drought and hunger in this month of August, contrary to previous years where such a season was characterized by heavy downpour.
Na kulingana vile iko hali ya hanga imekuwa mambo ya njaa imekuwa imeaffect sana mambo ya masomo hapa. At the beginning of end of last term tulikuwa na watoto 315, lakini sasa hii wiki tumefungua, mambo ya njaa ni mingi. Watoto wenye merekodisha mpaka siku ya leo tulikuwa ni watoto 109.
We still have a problem of shortage of food. The drought is still here with us. You can see the people who have turned up to get meat, which we are slaughtering and giving them as a relief intervention.
Despite the various efforts put by the government and non-governmental organizations towards locally led adaptation projects, our need as a nation is urgent. We are far from being resilient to climate change impact due to low investment on climate adaptation and mitigation plan.
Kenya, we contribute to about maybe 0.1% of the greenhouse gases that are there. But unfortunately, climate change does not know that. Climate change is affecting us the most and is hitting Africa, for example, the most.
It is against this background that world governments, scientists, civil societies, and climate activists meet every year to discuss and negotiate conducive practices that we all have to adopt if we are to fight climate change. This supreme global authority that gives policy and direction on how to deal with the changing climate is called the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, and it brings together members from 107 countries who are referred to as Conference of Parties or COP.
During the COP26 in Glasgow, the developed countries committed 100 billion USD to support the African countries mitigate on climate actions. But we've not seen this money come to Africa. We need money that is meant to intervene climate change effects to come to Africa. We've had a long conversation since different COPs telling the developed countries you need to support projects that would help African countries mitigate or adapt to climate change, ensuring that those who are affected are compensated by those who are causing the climate change effects.
This year's UNFCCC COP27 will therefore be of keen interest to Kenya as a nation and Africa at large.
One Africa, One Voice is the theme for COP27, and different actors and stakeholders, including the Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance, is saying we need to build a voice as African countries, as African governments, as African youth and women who are most affected as we run towards COP27, so that we go there and speak as one. We go there as an African nation and make our demands as one.
A good negotiation will mean a concrete financial commitment by the rich countries. A call for climate justice towards payment of loss and damage cannot be overemphasized. Chemtai Kirui reporting for CAS TV on the countdown to COP27, the African COP.